Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to match day number 7 of the ESL Pro League North America Division, season number 6. I don't know why I drag out season number 6, but there you have it.
Felt like we went through about 6 seasons of Counter-Strike in that last match.
It was
after so many OTs, and what an anticlimactic cliffhanger ending.
It was only one overtime, mind you. It was only one overtime. It wasn't the full overtime dream. You know, it wasn't 55 to 54 coming in towards, I don't know how many overtimes that is, but luckily we don't have to cast through that because that's probably about 4 or 5 maps in total. But we are on towards map number 2. CLG did take map number 1 very, very close towards the end, but they just had just a little bit more in the tank to take over Renegades, but it does make us a little bit scared coming into the next map, which is going to be Renegades' pick.
Yeah, I mean, do you know what map that is that they're going on to?
Cobblestone. I was going to guess it's going to be either Cobblestone or Train, right? Yeah. Because Cobblestone would be the first pick, but on the main street, no, that's got to be a forfeit, surely. Like, LG, they're good, but not 16-0 good.
Maybe got their...
Yeah, it was a forfeit.
Overperforming, yeah. Or... Oh,
no, it was a forfeit, yeah. It's got to be at least one round. So, it was 16-0, no 16-0 memes today. That was a forfeit, but Immortals are currently winning 10-2 on the second map. If you did catch it earlier, it was a 19-17 victory on Mirage for CLG, but now into Cobblestone. This is where it starts becoming a little bit more scary for me in my mind for CLG. Later on tonight, we do have NRG up against Ghost on our stream, as well as NRG, Ghost, Optic, and Misfits on the main stream.
Yep. Both of those should be fairly interesting matches. I mean, they're both fairly, even matches. I don't know. Depends how well Misfit turns up to play. I mean, against Optic, it should be a fair bit of a challenge. I don't think... Are they still playing from Europe? I'm pretty sure
no, they've come to America because they have to play a minimum amount of matches in America. Otherwise, it's not really the North American Pro League, but they have it. Well, hopefully they've warmed up on ESEA. So I know, Billy, you are a fan advocate of ESEA, and you like to have happy nights.
Yeah,
so you limit to maybe like 1 just before you're about to go to sleep so you can stay happy.
So I like to spend my money on ESEA in real life, my hard-earned cash, and as well as spending my money every single round that I can in the server.
Yeah, I mean, everything's about the RWS at the end of the day, so you just force buy Deagle. You can become a Deagle superstar.
Deagle armor every round.
Yep, that's what I used to do. That was back in Source though, mind you. I did it a little bit in Global Offensive at the beginning.
You still do it and go, yeah.
Not as much these days. I've been watching probably too much Counter-Strike. My youthfulness and my recklessness in terms of non-economical management has now gone towards the wayside. It has been replaced with smart decision-making. Whenever I lose the pistol, I'm just going to buy a P250 or something cheap. That's it. No armor. I want a full buy round. I'm a changed person. And I think that's effectively when you know you're old, is where you go into a Counter-Strike game and it's like, I'm going to play smart on ESEA and not force buy every single round. That is when you've turned of a certain age, I believe.
Yeah, I don't think I'm up to that position myself. I'm still all for the force buy Deagle armor every round and tilt off the face of the earth, but it doesn't work.
You can't tilt whatever has already tilted 360.
Exactly.
I've gone the full pathway. I've tilted. I am a brand new person.
Oh, and that one
round, metamorphosis, you know?
That one round where you do get 2 or 3 kills with the Deagle armor, that's the round you remember, not the other times where you get absolutely wrecked. Yeah,
exactly. It's the confirmation bias. It's worked once out of 100 times. It's going to work the second time. But the odds now shifting, I'd say, still in Renegade's favor. I would say that I'd agree with that. It is going on towards Renegade's map pick. CLG on Cobblestone, I don't really have any particular memories of it, and it doesn't strike me as a map which they're going to be particularly good at. They're going to struggle on the CT side, especially.
They have got a little bit of a history of playing it against certain teams. Like they did play it against Gambit, where they got a nice upset when Gambit was sort of coming up in the scene before they won the major. They had a nice little streak on Cobblestone, and CLG intentionally picked it against Gambit and executed a nice little game plan against them, which included a lot of creative B executes and stuff like that, if my memory serves me correctly. And they made great work of that to get the upset over Gambit, so they definitely have a decent idea of how to play it. Might have been a bit of an anti-strat at the time, but it'll be interesting to see how this game pans out, and players to keep your eye on. Definitely Ricky and Ustillo last game for each of their respective teams, dropping 100 ADR and making massive impact plays into that series in terms of every round, just getting such consistent entries and changing the face of the game each round.
Well, Renegade starting on the T side, CLG starting on the CT side, so it's been that slow shift that's coming forward now. Normally, before we see teams actually start on the T side, now they realize, all right, let's start on the CT side. We've got to get a good start going. And that way we can kind of build a T campaign, as well as probably teams realizing, oh, we can actually play around a little bit more on the T side, or play a little bit more around the CT side. It's become a little bit more balanced. But I think Cobblestone is a map which is debated in the community as one that needs to be potentially changed a little bit next out of all the maps in the pool.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that one. A little bit too one-dimensional. It's one of the newer maps in the pool, but it feels weirdly that like it's been figured out almost the most out of most of them. So definitely an interesting one, as Renegades do take a quick A control with majority of their players and then go for a quick split down the drop. 3-2 split onto the A bomb site coming through the connector, and 1-for-1 trades going each way. Nifty getting one onto Cutler, and JKS getting another 2 kills for him in this round. And quick 4v2 with CLG scrambling to get control of anything but connector as Renegades plant the bomb on A.
I think this is going to be a quite clean pistol round coming out from Renegades towards the end. There you have it, 2 more clean headshots. And Renegades do finally pick up a pistol round. They lost both pistol rounds on Mirage, and took probably... And CLG did take 4 out of the 6 rounds, which kind of was instrumental in their regulation time defeat, I would say, as opposed to was a clean, you know, probably 16-7, 16-8, which I would have thought happened after such a great T side. And this is where it gets a little bit scary, because you were talking about counter strategy. You can talk about as much, you know, you can kind of do the cheese, or I shouldn't say cheese strat, but, you know, the kind of the smart outplays. But there's going to be a certain time where Renegades is going to be able to adapt to it, especially considering that they've got such a strong default, I feel like, on Cobblestone.
Yeah, they have this is definitely one of the most comfortable maps. They have a really good idea of how to play it, and, you know, it's all about getting those aggressive players into key positions like drop down, getting, you know, your good lurkers lurking up the A side hall and up the danger. JKS always has a great performance on Cobblestone. He's such a consistent factor for Renegades on this map, as well as Ustilo and Azza making those aggressive plays and seeing what they can do. Ricky here with the Zeus. Let's see if he's able to get one.
Yep, that's a big roger on that one, and there's no trade coming out here from JKS.
He can't E on the weapon.
A little bit too far. Ricky's arm cannot... You know, it doesn't extend beyond a certain point. You can just see it's like the player model you can imagine. It's like, oh, I'm trying to reach it, I'm trying to reach it. Which begs to ask me the question is that, how do you... CSGO is a game just fundamentally flawed as NAF just takes down a kill on B platform. It's actually crucial, because that means that CLG are forced to stay on the B side. And actually CLG have not really bought too much in this round. A few grenades maybe basic pistols, but no body armor.
That Zeus being absolutely huge. $200 investment for... kill on a fully kitted up player.
But you don't get any money on a Zeus kill anymore, I'm fairly certain. It's very minimal return. Like, the Zeus had a lot of changes. I can't remember exactly which change it's onto now, but I'm fairly certain is that you can drop it, but you can only buy one, and it doesn't give... It either gives no kill reward or gives $100. I'm fairly certain it's actually no kill reward.
I think you're missing the most important change of all, that it makes
it has confetti
sound, and it goes and it makes confetti when you shoot it.
And then if someone dies, they go, ugh!
Ah! Oh my god. One of the greatest sounds in the game. Even more satisfying than a couple one-taps.
With its eagle. I think that's...
Back on the Deagle train.
I'm always back on the Deagle train. Always. It's
Nice.
my favorite gun. Has always been.
Very clean anti-eco there from Renegades, only losing one, which was the Zeus of Zriki taking out Nifty. CLG going to save once again in this round, and
I want
little
the sound.
replay. Slow motion confetti and sparkles.
It's like, yeah, you got a kill, woo!
Let's see where Ricky takes it this time.
Imagine like how annoying that'd be. It's like you just have to clear every single corner, because there's just gonna be a Ricky just ready to throw like a surprise birthday party. It's like you didn't realize you wanted a birthday party, but you're gonna get it. Doesn't come with a cake, just comes with your own death.
It's like when you have a birthday party as a kid, and your mum hires a clown to like entertain all your friends, and then
you don't like clowns.
He has one of those zapper things, and he shakes your hand and buzzes you, and then you cry for the rest of your party, and you're miserable.
Well, what kind of party did you have? That actually sounds not nice. As Cutler, NAF. I feel like this is like the biggest difference that's going to come in towards the play of Renegades right now. Is NAF is now that kind of anchor position B play. He's just dancing around. He's just chilling out. He's taking these engagements. He's forcing CLG to kind of make contact towards his B play position, and that just allows the rest of Renegades to kind of filter out. And that was something that was missing when Jay-Z was in here. I mean, he was dropping in hit records, but he can't be dropping in, you know, sick plays like that.
Absolutely, and I mean, definitely a fan of NAF's addition to this team. and he's definitely making the difference, and should be interesting to see how he factors into their Cbble strats. We were talking about this before in the break, actually, with the fact that Naf's actually, you know, putting him into the team. It looks like he's been given some of the more interesting. Yeah, it looks like the Zeus actually has a 0 kill reward, so that's an interesting change, to say the least. I wasn't aware of that one. I thought it was still like 300 or 100 or something,
know
but
why?
it gives absolutely nothing. Why?
Because you don't use the Zeus enough.
I don't use the Zeus enough?
No.
Probably should use it a little bit more, but...
Probably shouldn't. You become...
Become like Ricky.
Oh, I shouldn't say become Ricky. Ricky, like, actually, because in a game like this, you're kind of utilizing it. He wants to get a gun. He wants to kind of like... It's the kind of tilt factor. Whereas in the games that I do it, it's just kind of just to meme the people I'm versing against.
Memes and tilt, the most important factor.
Exactly. If you can unsettle the opponent from within, then you have won. That sounds like a very kind of ancient saying.
Intrinsic unsettlement. Can I get a citation on that one, Kev?
Citation needed. You can just imagine it's like the bracket citation needed, close bracket. Renegades do take the 3-0, but this is a very, very potent buy ramp because CLG have gone on the eco for 3 rounds in a row. And this is... It's still not, you know, the full set of utility that really want as Renegades are coming towards the B side, but it should be enough to maintain this because they have incendiary grenades popping out Ethan. That's a little bit too close for comfort, but Ricky's already gone out of this round. Naf takes him out. Estillo charging through the smoke. Ethan, where are you looking at? Estillo! That's a Khalil. That's not an AK-47. You can't just roll in like that in Kusta. Well, it punished Naf, but that's it. Renegades got B side. CLG just have to run as probably they'll chase on the back of this UMP as well as Khalil. Oh, now M4 is Estillo has picked it up.
So yeah, just to pick up what we were saying before, you know, we saw Naf actually playing that B bomb site on Mirage, you know, sort of been given a little bit less of an involved role, playing that supportive role. And he was a little bit aggressive in that position, didn't work out well for him, but slotting quite well into the role on this map so far, being quite aggressive on the T side and finding himself in quite a good situation in that round, especially with the entries coming in from Ustillo. He's taking one for the boys, and Ustillo capitalizes very greatly as they try to hunt down these CLG players. Let's see if Az is able to get 1 or 2 here. Shoulder peaks, and Cutler does put him down quite easily, so it looks like CLG are going to actually save those weapons. But as we were discussing before as well, Renegades off to quite a strong start, and one of the factors behind CLG doing so well on that last map and able to close it out despite, you know, choking such a huge deficit per se. Haven't got that luxury on this map, and Renegades feeling quite comfortable at home on their own map pick and getting off to a strong start of momentum, and it's getting quite scary here for CLG.
And going straight back to the B side as well, as you can see them lining it up close to T-spawn. The smoke's coming across B plant. Azza, straight down drop, is going to take down Ricky very quickly. Only a mag 7, no damage done. And look at this, they're just sprinting away towards A, and you know that Azza can lock down the rotation, gets a kill on towards FNS. But Kusta, with the AWP, at least brings it back with 2 picks of his own as well. On towards Naf and Azza. Now it becomes a little bit closer, but they do control the A side. It is up to Cutler to really ruin the party, but he won't be able to ruin anything. Oh no, he will be able to take down 1. Now a 1 on 2. Oh, he finds ahead of Estillo as well. And JKS, last man left standing. 1-on-1, Cutler has a kit. He's got a lot of time to work with, and JKS is going to jump up. Cutler, is he going to go on towards the APC? Can't really drive it around, but very least can use it for positional maneuvering. JKS, oh, you thought Cutler caught him out, but not this time. JKS. Last time it was someone else, the 98 and 4 curse. This time it was Cutler who endured the 98 and 4 curse.
I don't think he got to the 4. He got about three shots off of JKS before he got 1 bead in that 1v1. And that's all you need. The amount of times I've seen Nifty get shot in the side jumping around with an orb like a maniac is crazy. But once again on an eco here for CLG, and Renegades go off to quite a strong start. 5-0, looking to make it 6-0. Ricky refusing to give up that Zeus.
You've got to get the highlight reels. And where is he sitting this time around? He is sitting in towards drop, which is not a bad position. That's a position I'd play with the Zeus as well. Either be close slope, long A, or drop. You wouldn't really play anywhere else.
Yeah, quite a few options for Zeus. Cutler just walks out with Nifty looking off into space, having a little bit of a look on the radar. Classic.
Oh,
He's found another angle to make his Zeus work. Hey, he's done it again. But as I was saying, Nifty just having a little bit of a geeze at the radar there, getting caught out to a player walking just across his screen. Hashtag just IGL things. Renegades repositioning and taking the B-bomb site.
Yeah, you're going to be hoping to hit any shots with the UMP after the nerf from that range. And
especially without armor when you're getting shot in the face.
And JKS is just going to have fun right now as they're going to peek out. Oh, no, JKS is not having any fun. NAF is just joining in the party. It's just going to be... Sure, you know, just having a bit of a Canadian affair on FNS, and then JKS decides to jump into the party.
Canadian affair, huh?
I'm not wrong.
sounds like something else. Anyway.
Hey, this is a clean EPL show right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Canadians are very clean people, as we've got double AWP coming out here for the CT side.
I like to see a fast B-side take from Renegades once again, because this double AWP setup needs to have time to be deployed, and the only thing that's stopping it right now is probably Molotovs and whatnot, or incendiary grenades being flown out. But you can see Ricky's already deployed close statue. There's a counter incendiary grenade. Where's the flashbang to allow access for the T-side? It still is going to, once again, take one for the boys. But this time around, that incendiary grenade does lock them, or the rest of Renegades behind. There's not enough smoke. Nifty's coming in now. Would like to see the CT or the T's boost to see if they can catch off Ricky, because Nifty, there's no way that he can dry peek this angle and take it against Ricky in my mind.
It's being an absolute rock for CLG on this B-bomb site. AWPing from the statue, very Skadoodle-esque. And looks like the double AWP has once again worked out on the CT side for CLG, netting them a bit of success. Round not quite over yet, but Cutler catches off one of the Renegades players in long A with the bomb, which means that they know exactly where they're going. But JKS finding himself in a good position to take out Kusta and Cutler, giving his team an opportunity to try and take this round as CLG struggle to get in position. But we do actually have Ethan walking around behind them, making sure that they can't go back towards the big bomb site. So CLG knows exactly what's coming here. Flashbang expended to push Ricky off that connector angle when they do cross, but JKS might not anticipate FNS on this angle, and he doesn't.
I think he might have spotted him out briefly, but the good thing is that Nifty's got a lot of time to work with. Knows that there's one close. Oh, didn't see the one slope. Oh, he knows that there's one now, but FNS will strike just at the right time. So Nifty does go down. Only a single AWP can be retrieved on the side of CTs, but CLG able at the very least to grab an AWP. This is where the pain train may start for Renegades, and it would be a sense of deja vu if it does happen, because Renegades have a lot of money to work with. CLG drop this. Well, they'll be looking poorer than I did about a year ago.
If that's possible. Don't think you can go into the negatives in Counter-Strike, Kev.
Not yet.
As CLG losing quite a few members in that last round, and that's going to be very detrimental towards their economy. Ricky's not going to have that AWP to work with on that B site. Renegades grouping up in the halls, sending quite a few players towards the B plateau.
But look at where JKS is already. JKS has just snuck up close boost. And like they boost up Cutler. But Kusta, you can't peek that against JKS. He's ready and waiting for it. And JKS just by himself. You expect this time and time again when you're watching Renegades play. Now with the threat on B site, JKS has allowed so much room to maneuver. He can try and make that quick strike. And look where NAF is. You try to push through B platform. NAF is ready and waiting for you. And Ethan's going to have a nasty surprise right about now. As he's going to get... No, Ethan actually takes the line. NAF misses the shot. I expected NAF would have taken the kill, but it didn't.
Looks like they're going to choose to save these 3 guns on the CLG side, probably for the best. Although, does look like FNS getting a bit of ahead of himself, not backing out with the rest of the boys. He's going to maintain his position in drop and let a few of the Renegades players walk past. But I'm sure that they're going to check this out, and unless he goes huge here, he's not going to be able to retain this weapon, and that's going to be a big factor for CLG. They are on reset potential. JKS.
Oh, so close.
Almost takes out FNS.
Better run, FNS, but you can't. Stuck. You didn't know if there was anyone else in Flower Room. You can see Estello's just like, he's making his way there really quickly.
CLG going to chuck a pause because the money's not looking too great. And Renegades, money fairly decent for them. JKS having a bit of a field day, creeping up that A area. NAF having a great one too. He's still over with a couple of entries, so...
I feel like that's the difference, right? It's, once again, it's the difference when you have 2 opponent fragging forces towards B plat and towards A, you're always going to be unsettled. Imagine it's like, Because when you have JKS doing stuff like that towards A, you're forced to always have 2 people there on a buy round. You're also forced to use early utility. Not great because that means Renegades come back late. You're forced to watch different angles of fallback. You play passive. JKS just walks up and just goes, it's all clear here, boys. You can meander down here if you'd like, or just go towards B. I'll just do my own little thing here. And then now NAF holding B platform. Before, Renegades were just so passive at B platform. No, there wasn't really much movement in play. But now, Renegades, they may just charge out, come at you with 3 people and try to bust out. Might just come 5 people swinging out wide. Maybe NAF just by himself. Slowly crawls to the smoke, takes off one head, and will just sit there. He just goes, come challenge me.
Yeah, making great work of that lurking, and multiple players who can do it in this Renegades roster. Ustillo, JKS, Naf, even Azza when he gets himself in a nice aggressive position, likes to have a bit of a wait around to see if he can catch off some rotations. And 5 players early off to the B plat, and CLG have gone for the force in this round. Molotov coming out onto the B plat, and Ustillo so close to getting sprayed down through the smoke there, and he's put himself in a very aggressive position while waiting for the rest of the boys to execute. And flashes should come over here fairly quickly, and Ethan jumping up through the smoke onto the platform, being a complete nuisance here as another Molotov makes its way onto the plat. But Azza, quick 2 entries onto the bomb site, makes it a 3rd. Beautiful wall of smokes come down.
Oh. I was going to say Azza had the potential to go before, but now it's all to FNS with the UMP. Molotov, that's a cool-looking Molotov, but this should be a complete shutout, and NAF will take the final kill. Really, it was down towards Azza just strolling out, just having a bit of fun.
Let's have a moment of silence for CLG's economy. And that's enough. JKS, as you said before, I mean, completely underutilized on Cobblestone. You don't really see it at the top level because it's a bit risky to try and go for it, and it's really hard to make those sort of hard reads on how the CT side is playing. But actually, you know, if you think about it, fundamentally the way that, you know, CTs play Cobblestone is you have to sort of play together with 2 players. You either sort of focus on trying to hold that danger mid area, or you try to focus on holding side hall. You can't really hold both, and it allows, you know, an avenue for a player to take advantage of, which is not often, you know, really used very well. And JKS is one of the few players that does use that quite well.
No, JKS does fall towards Ricky, who managed to get at least a kill with the USP, which is a complete mismatch, but he retrieves himself. Assault rifle will be looking to save it. Cutler, maybe he can do some damage and take a kill. Maybe he'll be able to retrieve a rifle for himself as well, but you can see he's already slowly backing out, decides not to risk it. He wants the T's to come towards him, but Renegades, the way they're playing at the moment, I'd say that they're going to exit together. They're not going to go hunting. They realize that there's no... It's more risk as opposed to reward, but Estelo decides to go hunting anyway. Okay, he backs off. I was going to say Renegades are most likely going to play together and just make sure they take all the guns forward. And Naf, so aware that he knows that one of the members will be looking to push and get a weapon, will stop him in his tracks. And that is 9 rounds to 1 for Renegades, and this is starting to look a little bit brutal, but we were seeing signs of this in Mirage, where CLG had a systematic failure on taking CT rounds unless one of them were firing up. It wasn't them going for 1 for 1 or a 2 for 1. It has always been a huge play or hero play coming out, and now on Cobblestone, no one's stepping up.
Usually that play was coming out of an AWPer, and usually it was coming out of Ricky, and that's what we saw. The one round that they took was Ricky going ham on the statue area of the B plat. And they haven't been able to replicate that as they haven't had the money. Complete reset potential again on the CT side. It's been absolutely depressing this series as none of these CT sides, either CLG or Renegades, have been able to get control of their economy. And 2 quick frags coming in for CLG. Traded back 2 versus 4 here. And CLG in a quick advantage, smoking off plat, and they do have control of the bomb as Cutler sprays down Nifty through the smoke. JKS gets 2 through the smoke and makes it a 1v2, but CLG know exactly where this bomb is, and it's going to be really difficult for them to sort of convert this round. FNS does put him down from behind and does retain the AK, so nice little turnaround there for CLG, making the best of a bad situation. Only had a couple of pistols, and that's going to allow them to go straight back into the AWP, but the double AWP setup. But unfortunately, if this round doesn't go well for them, then I don't have good feeling about what their economy is going to look like afterwards.
Yeah, at the very least, CLG have brought them a little bit of a fighting chance coming into this round. Double AWP setup on the back of that failed B-plat push. Renegades, a little bit uncharacteristic aggression, but you can kind of see what they're trying to do. They're trying to keep CLG guessing, Some round once again doesn't work, and I don't think we're going to see an old B-plat push come out unless it's on all pistols. As Renegades, you can see, ooh, JKS coming very close to Slope already. He's got the mid control.
Double smokes coming out as they smoke off Danger and mid, and now it's just a guessing game. Or they will wait out the smokes. They're going to see if they can get some control. JKS spotting out Danger to see if he can find a CT, but as he doesn't see any, he's going to walk his way up into the side halls, and once again being a thorn in CLG's side, taking map control, being extremely annoying for making them predict which angle he's coming from. Smoke towards the end of the side hall, and they are actually playing the setup. One AWPer at APC with the double flashes. I think that's Kusta, as well as FNS down to the bottom of mid. And what that actually allows you to do as the CTs is the AWPer can post up on side hall for anyone to pick there. And if FNS hears any flashes towards mid or any T's making noise to take aggression, or he just wants to grab some information, like that Molotov being a little bit of a tell, Kusta can pop a flash down mid and FNS goes out for the peak for either some info or a pick. But
there you have it.
Renegades initiate first, and he's going to punish him for it.
Oh, beautiful stuff from Finesse, getting 2 kills and dropping the bomb as well. And JKS, he's got so much work to do right now. Kusta, he knows that he doesn't really need to peek right now. He knows that the T's the T side or stable control. And NAF is also going to fall. This is much better from CLG. And this is the crucial difference in the rounds that CLG are winning. Now, individually, they're getting the picks working in their favor. And JKS, oh, he's in a world of trouble. And they're double peeking to make sure they don't lose a gun. And so CLG, at the very least, will put themselves in a fighting chance for 2 rounds. Even if they lose this next one, they put themselves in a fighting chance to bring it back towards an equal half. And Renegades, they will be buying up, but this is one of the last buys. And this is where they're starting to slow down a little bit too much. And the picks aren't working for them.
Definitely not. This double AWP being extremely successful for the CLG side. I would say, looks like Renegades stopped in spawn there. Fast B executes coming out all the way from T spawn. Looks like they're going to go heavy towards drop down, straight through the Molotov of Cutler. Is he going to anticipate this? He's actually going to try and whip the spray a little bit onto Azza, and JKS 1B's in return. 5v4 here, and Renegades having complete control of this connector as Azza wanders his way into the smoke because of that Molotov. Ricky grabbing a pick on Usillo as he tries to aggress B-plat, and they're trying to take control of the bomb side, but these AWPs wreaking absolute havoc, but Azza in the perfect position to punish him for it.
Yeah, now it's all up to FNS once again to step it up. And if there was a man today that you would have said for CLG to kind of clutch it and step it up, you wouldn't have thought FNS in the first place, but this man has come up time and time again for his team. 1 on 2. If he's able to take this one, he'll reset Renegade's economy. Absolutely instrumental, but Nifty's already posted on the line. There's nothing he can really do. And Renegades hit double digits. CLG, they can buy back up into this, but they do have to drop for the comrades. A double up may not be possible either. Unless Ethan decides, no, he's going to go for the rifle instead. And Renegades come ever so close to the closing up Cobblestone in a very comprehensive victory. And that's where you have the faith kind of in Renegades to kind of close it out. Even though CLG T side, there could be some surprises in CLG's T side.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, they've shown a little bit of a tendency to play this map in the past, but I don't know how much that will translate over to playing Renegades in this map. This is a very crucial round for the end of the half as Nifty quickly picks off Kusta. He's been absolutely non-existent in this game. Nifty getting the better of him, aggressing outside hall, which hasn't really been a thing too much in this half so far. So good patience there from Nifty to make sure that he anticipates that possibility. Ethan getting some damage off onto NAF, but the rest of the boys coming to support him. Overextending there, and Cutler trying to trade out, but not possible as it ends up in a 4 versus 3 very quickly here. And whoever wins,
position.
He's in a great position here to try and punish some of these players. But he gives, I don't know if they were aware that he actually was there, but he drops the incendiary to sort of buy some time for the rest of his team to rotate. FNS getting in position at the bottom of mid, but they have no control of anything else as the other player is over towards the B plat on the other side. FNS getting a quick kill onto Ustillo, and it looks like CLG is going to maintain this mid slope. But JKS, that's the problem when you only maintain mid slope and have no A site control.
Yeah, to keep chasing that bomb carrier and hope that you could take down NAF, and that would be an instrumental pick, but unfortunately they were unable to find him, and NAF was already so low, able to do enough damage, and he's been able to slip away. Now Cutler just looking to save the AK-47, and CLG coming into the final round of the half. It's not looking good for them. As long as Renegades don't go B-plat or YOLO mode, I'm fairly certain Renegades should be able to take this half 12-3. How did that chicken get up there?
Magic.
What? You can't do that, chicken.
Unfortunately, the chicken...
He's levitating. He's not even on anything.
He's climbing
Colour's
the tree.
amused as well. Colour's just like, oh, there's a chicken up there as well. He's walking on sunshine. Oh, that's the positive. I guess the positive side on Cutler's Day. It's like, oh, there's a chicken floating. Oh, I see.
Might be the only thing going right here for CLG. JKS with the quick 2 frags, and as I was about to say before, you know, that was a key round because whoever won that round there would have put the enemy's economy in the bin and changed the outcome of the half. Renegades going in with a much better chance to win this round as a result of winning the last one, due to the fact that CLG has no money. Working with a couple of pistols and some not exactly ideal weaponry apart from Cutler on the AK-47.
A much slower round from Renegades this time around. They don't want to rush their way into the jaws of, I guess, dropping this half 11-4. I mean, it feels like Renegades, they know they should get the 12-3, so they don't want to be giving any easy concessions to CLG. You definitely want to give respect towards their T side. You don't want to be allowing CLG to necessarily make a large comeback.
Yeah, definitely not. And if the last map's anything to go by, you got to be careful about going onto the CT side because you don't know how many rounds you'll be able to get at the end of the day. Renegades going for a lot of A control here, and the bomb's moving its way back. Azza moving into that lurker position, going to try and take some drop down control and screw with the CT's heads as well as their rotations a little bit. But FNS is actually behind the entire Renegades team. I wonder if they're going to go back and clear this, and it looks like they will. FNS unable to get one as NAF turns around at the right time and checks.
And this is going to be an A site trigger going to be pulled, and Cutler has to go massive right now. He's the only one with a proper assault rifle, but Ricky actually with a Desert Eagle will retrieve a rifle for himself. Cutler's given his position away. NAF not really in the correct angle to peek it. The flashbang's good, but it blinds almost everyone on the A bomb site, and NAF on the B site is now also wrecking havoc from behind. He will fall though. Ooh, what a one-tap coming out from Ethan, making the UMP work, but he's going to switch towards a pistol, but no matter because Nifty's going to come in from behind. And that is halftime, 12-3 for Renegades. Came a little bit close towards the end, but CLG, once again, just not enough fuel in the tank to take the rounds on the CT side.
Yeah, unfortunately, once again, battle of the economies. CLG really hammering home the fact that they need that double AWP to make some impact and grab some rounds in those CT sides, and relying on the individual plays again, and it just wasn't enough, especially with, in those key situations, JKS just hamstringing them in terms of economy and making those key impact plays in the worst possible timings, and ended up with a 12-3 for Renegades, which is what you'd expect on their map pick, and with a supreme level of comfort that they're showing.
Well, so far, CLG, it's been a rough CT side, but can they bring it back against Renegades in the second half? We'll have to find out after a short break. time for the EPL Season 6 of the NA Division. And Mitch, you have a great smile on your face right now because we're talking a little bit and a half. And CLG, they definitely need to step their game up at the moment. They're down 12-3. And this is not... CLG were looking a little bit too easy on the CT side. And they need to show that they're not actually 3LG with Renegades right now. They need to show that they've got the potential on the T side to take it. And look at those odds. Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty accurate considering that first half. But, you know, something to keep in mind is that it hasn't been the battle of the T sides over this entire series. No, none of the teams has been able to get it going in terms of getting a lot of rounds consistently on the board on their CT side or getting their economy going. People have just been getting completely reset, both CLG and Renegades, in that Mirage game until they got OT, where Lord Gaben handed them the $16,000 they needed to make economic mistakes and get reset. You know, apart from that, they won't be able to get any CT rounds, and let's see if Renegades is able to break the curse.
Yeah, so for at the moment, CLG, I was kind of talking about this earlier where it just felt like CLG, every single time on the CT side, they were unable to win the individual deals. The rounds that they did win on Cobblestone, then individually, they did start performing. That's on the T side. I still believe they can do it, right? All 3LG memes aside, I still believe they can do it. Because CT, rough on Mirage, it's rough here again. But T side, they were strong on Mirage. Hopefully they can carry it forward. But Renegades, now in such good form, it's just that little bit scarier.
5 armor here for CLG. Bomb going towards the museum. And they are going to take it a little bit slower. Looks like this will probably be a split out towards A through drop and connector.
No, but the bomb's towards B, so...
Oh, they're going through drop and wrapping to... No, they got the pick on A, so they're going to commit to A, but...
That's unfortunate. But it doesn't matter because they get their picks anyway, so... But JKS, he's the danger man right now because he spotted them out. If he can get the kills on the bomb carrier, it would make his job a lot easier, but decides to go the long way around. So CLG are just going to be bypassing him, and it's all up towards him and Ustillo, who's now coming in from that vent room. Ethan is going to fake the jump, but Ustillo, what are you doing, mate? He's still there. Oh, to JKS, they know where he is. The kit, at the very least, is close towards slope, but even then... Oh, Justin, he's known as such a great clutcher, but this is going to be a monumental effort, and he's been spotted out right now. He's going to find one. He's going to try and snap it on towards Mob, but out of bullets, caught in the open. Oh, what a shot towards Ricky as well, but down towards 5 HP. He's barely breathing, pushing forward closer to the kit. Ethan not presenting an opportunity towards him. He's still trying to flick away. 5 bullets left in the clip. Going to jump a little bit closer to try and draw out a little bit more shots. What a flick shot! 3 bullets left. All he has to find is his headshot. How does he do this? He's picked up the kit, but he can't get the headshot. Out comes the knife, but Ethan will land the final shot. Oh my goodness. You thought almost once again that it would have been JKS complete an insane clutch, but so close, but yet so far. But what a play coming out.
He's made himself some sick dosh, and he's going to buy himself up a scout, which he throws over to Nifty, the resident scoper for RNG, as force buy out for them, trying to stop CLG before they get rolling. And if you are CLG, best to start with a pistol win.
Don't want to be dropping it like you did in the last round, that's just oh, what a shot from Ethan. That's exactly how you want to open it up. See, incendiary grenades and molotovs now being, or just molotovs, being flung towards B-plat, and Naf and Nistillo just waiting. Now for the Deagle. He's so deadly with his weapon if he's able to get a single pick, and Nifty's also rotated across as well. They've stacked a lot of members towards this B-plat area, and Nifty's going to make first contact, but Ethan, second kill of the round. Great entries from him so far. Naf's retrieved the weapon as well. He's going to try and get another pick, but so far the AK-47 is just a little bit too powerful for Renegades to overcome. Naf nearly so close. Oh, with the help of JKS, tags him up, and Ethan's quite low, but still another kill going in his favor. JKS anchoring the bomb site, but it just means that CLG will be able to plant on the A bomb site instead, and well, there's been some damage done, but not enough to really justify it. And JKS is surely a dead man walking this time around.
Gonna see if he can at least get Ethan and try to retrieve that AK. Definitely no chance of taking this round out, but Cutler says that I don't need to defend the A-bomb site. I'm gonna make my way through connector and hunt down those frags. It's all about the R-dubs, Kev.
Yeah, so far, I mean, it's been a lackluster showing on the CT side for CLG as expected, but it is their time to step it up. They do take the anti-eco successfully this time. We'll be looking to build bank on the back of the SMGs. And Renegades, Naf actually going for the body armor and pistol. Oh.
So I'm doing this last game as well, not really being in sync with the rest of the Renegades economy. Referring to...
Where does he play, though, on the B-bomb site?
I don't know, but see if he's able to do anything quick. Binks here from Ustillo and Azza taking out Ethan, so that Mac 10 won't be able to farm up as much money as desired. Ustillo getting a little bit hot there in the chicken coop.
Oh, Naf.
But not in the good way.
Oh, Naf, this grenade. Oh, FNS ducks away just the right time, and Kusta finishes off with the P250. So I felt like grenade would have been good if FNS stayed still, but he didn't. And I was going to say as well, Naf, like, he is a very versatile player. Normally you see players going, no, I have to have M4. Like, it's M4 or bust for me in the buy round. But he's a player, it's like, MP9, he can make it work. Mag 7, I've got a feeling that he can make it work.
We'll see where he's playing. I mean, we've seen Azza as the drop-down player in the past for Renegades, and that's sort of the players you would usually see.
He's playing close plat.
Okay. So he's going to go for the Nico approach with the jumping mag. Fast execute out here onto the B plat. Now playing close. He gets one and almost collapse FNS, bringing him down to 18 HP. Ustillo just playing close behind this smoke, and let's see if he's able to get anything done as 4 CLG members group up close towards the statue. They're going to boost up onto the tree, dropping down quickly here, and Cutler's aware of Ustillo's position, quick into a 4v4 as the flashes come out from Renegades.
Yeah, there it is. The bomb's been lost as well, but Cutler once again stepping it up, getting more kills. Kusta finishing it off alongside with Ethan. It was looking a little bit scary, but Renegades can't connect any of these shots, and CLG now starting to wake up on the T side. 4 rounds in a row, taking the first buy round convincingly as well.
Not like this, Kev. Not again. T sides rolling out. Renegades losing money. They will save here, and I'm going to make a bold prediction and say that they're not going to win this one, Kev.
Who?
Renegades are not going to win. Not going to win this round.
So
not this whole map.
So you're saying now's the correct time to play out Betway and start putting some money on towards CLG 8-1 odds, man. 8-1 odds.
Oh, perhaps. I don't know if that'll drop over the next couple of rounds, but my money's on Renegades don't win this round. Then they win the next after the buy, and then CLG resets them, and I go full head in hands mode and you solo cast the rest of this map.
There's very rare moments you go ahead. Hands in head? What?
Hands in
Hands in head? What am I?
Still creating a couple of problems for CLG, but they're having a bit of a party out here towards the museum. Place you'd usually have a party, and FNS going for a bit of a stats boost on the spray down of the AK.
Man doesn't need a stats boost. In my mind, he's been by far one of the better performers for CLG today.
Ooh, I would advise you to go check out those statistics there in terms of the ADR. He has had a couple of impact rounds that are crucially important to keeping his team in the game when it matters, but overall impact of FNS as a player been a little bit lackluster this series at least. Especially on that Mirage game.
Once again, I'd say it's the impact rounds, man. You don't need... You can have 14 shocking rounds and the rest of your team can carry you, but if you win that round the 15th time, then you're the hero.
Yeah, based on opinion, I guess. Some people can argue
if FNS did not clutch and get the 4 kills, CLG wouldn't have been able to take it out in regulation time.
That's true. 12-8 here. As CLG... Ethan once again with the entry. Kusta following up onto Naf. Renegades trying to take control of that B plat, and doesn't look like they're getting themselves a good chance of getting reset, because they're just going to straight up lose this one and try to get it going. CLG grouped up towards that B plat, but looking like they're going to have second thoughts. They're going to reposition themselves and make sure they're making the right decision here. Take a step back, take a breather. Heading back through museum towards A, and only player to scout that out will be Nifty, and he's going to have to play retake on the A bomb side, try to catch a couple CLG players getting sloppy on their cross to the bomb site through the balcony area. No, he's actually going to cross to A, so he's in full commitment mode towards the A bomb site, going to try and multi-frag as best he can as JKS rotates through the connector to try and catch a few on the cross.
Yeah, Nifty missing the first off shot, but Kusta, well done by him, and JKS, nothing he can do right now. CLG, whoa. Rolling over Renegades.
Rollergades.
And at this stage, you have to say, if you're a person that's like 8-1, what can I lose? You'd probably be very happy at the moment if you put $10 on CLG just then.
What would you do with $80, Kev?
What I'd do with $80?
I'd go Korean barbecue.
No, I'd just go and better myself. Better myself as a person. Get some more books. Knowledge is power.
Perhaps buy an ESL subscription so you can play with the pros. Cbille running into the smoke with a CZ. Very ESCA-esque.
They have to try and make a play right now, and you can see Nifty, he's struck very, very early on, but a 1-for-1 trade. Renegades, they're all just moving over en masse. And CLG, even just the smallest things, making sure they can't retrieve an AK-47. Off that goes off the side of the map. Goodbye, AK-47. You're well loved, but not any longer.
Nobody loves the front side Misty skin. And if you had 80 bucks, Kev, you'd buy a better AK skin, I'm sure.
I actually have a front side Misty skin at the moment.
Just pretend. I never said that.
I would never abandon it.
Renegades only with a couple of P250s and armor. And up on Azza, he's going to go hunting, see what he can get done. I don't think he knows that FNS is crouched behind this smoke. Pretty underrated position. I don't mind a bit of a progression smoke out into the mid and a lurk behind it, but FNS here ready to backstab, secure control of the bomb, and be the big daddy that CLG needs in this round.
Why is it that it's the anti-eco rounds they're struggling with still? Oh no, not like this, CLG. It's all up to Ethan now, one-on-one. This is closer than it should have been. And Ethan has to sprint towards the site. Naf has got all the time in the world, all the information. The only thing that he doesn't have, I guess, is the weapon for it. But he's now down behind and Ethan's not spotting him out. Oh, Ethan. Oh, well played from Naf as Renegades bring back a round on a force buy on pistols. And CLG, it dropped another anti-eco when everything was looking so good. I mean, things are still looking good for them, don't get me wrong, but it's just, you drop an anti-eco when you could have been up 10-12, bring it back and really grind it into Renegades. You know, you're just putting them into the dirt, you're stomping them really hard.
Renegades buying an extra M4 there instead of trying to go for the double AWP. Bit of miscommunication, $3,100 down the drain. CLG fast play out mid here, only one on the A bomb site, and they're struggling to over-rotate. JKS too far out of position, tries to come out through the connector, but CLG's already all the way up mid-slope, and great adjustment call to switch up the pace there, catching Renegades completely off guard with their hands down their pants.
Yeah, Naf, what a good reaction to take down FNS, coming out, trying to lurk and assassinate any Renegades members who were unaware, but CLG, take the round. Don't think Renegades are going for it, so they're going to be chilling out for probably the next 50 seconds. Maybe we'll spot the return of the miraculous floating chicken. Not to be this time, he's just going to be stuck underneath the picnic table instead.
There's a chicken inside the stairs, though, in case you missed that one.
Really?
Half inside the solid concrete staircase.
Alright, let's see if there's one in the tower. Maybe there'll be a couple of chickens up here, and Renegades can kind of post up here, have a bit of a barbecue, have some fried chicken. But there is no chicken. They'll be able to flee alive today.
It's a magical wizard chicken that lives in the tower, and sometimes he comes down to climb up a tree and melt into the staircase. What's his name, Kev?
I'm trying to think of one right now.
Putting you on the spot. Nah, he's up, bro.
No, I'm struggling because, yeah, when you think of wizard and chicken, I don't know. We'll just call it Ben. Because that is a name that a wizard chicken shouldn't have, but it just makes sense as well. Ben the wizard chicken.
My brother's name is Ben, and he's certainly a wizard. As Nifty and JKS, unfortunately, off the back of losing that round, despite saving, they are forced down onto the UMPs, and very limited utility. Only Azza manages to get himself a Molotov, and Molotovs are also crucial if you want to...
Naf has one as well.
Defend that aggro. Oh, actually he does. I didn't see that one.
That was saved from the previous round, I think.
Thought that was just a bottle of something to share with the boys after they take this round out.
Nah, it's used to take down tanks.
There you go.
The initial intention, and Ethan is just going to smoke himself off, but doesn't matter because Naf with the timing. Beautiful stuff to give Renegades a bit of a lead, a bit of an advantage in this round as CLG still posturing themselves towards the B site.
CLG doing their best to make things interesting, but you can't account for Naf shooting your friends through the smoke. Renegades with a creative boost up towards the drop. You don't see this aggressiveness, but FNS looks like he's ready for it. And doesn't matter when Azza just flicks straight to your head and takes you out quickly. Perfect utility usage, and looks like CLG, they don't have enough time to go back towards the A-bomb site, so it's either save your utility and AKs, although Ricky looks like he's going to try to take one for the boys. Interesting flashbang there.
Okay, so they're going down through drop, and they're going to be challenging Azza once again. He knows that this is happening, and Azza is going to take down another one before Kusta can get the trade. Ricky, nothing he can do. It's all up to Kusta now, and Estilo will shut him off. And I was just going to say at the moment, why have we never called this Cobblestone whenever Renegades pick it?
Cobblestone.
Cobblestone. Like, it's been in front of us this entire time, and we never called it Cobblestone. And I'm just like, really? It makes sense. It really makes sense every single time Renegades picks it.
Naf having an absolutely great game, especially in these last couple of rounds. He's been multi-fragging like crazy and making the difference for Renegades and putting rounds on the board. He's up to 25. JKS also having a pretty decent game as well, but that's what you'd expect from JKS on Cobble. Fast speed plat push coming out from CLG, raining flashbangs over the top, and the counter flash is very effective. Naf puts Ricky straight down, an impact player taken directly out of the game. Kusta takes out JKS. And all 4 of these players situated around the B-bomb site, ready for an absolute brawl.
FNS just dancing around the edge of the smoke to retrieve himself the package. Now going to be making it back towards A side. Ethan, a lot of work he needs to do right now. And oh my goodness, Azza, how do you win that with a QMP? We'll be able to take down Ethan. Had an insult and an injury. The second bullet was through the pillar. Perfect aim coming out from Azza, as now they do manage to make their way in towards stable, but Nifty shifted across. He's got you off, but it's a little bit late. He has a lot of work to do, and he won't be able to do it, but FNS will just kind of butcher it. The HE won't kill him this time around. Nifty shifting around, has spotted out Cutler, but he can't land the shot. Uncharacteristic missing coming out from Nifty. Even Cutler somehow not killing Estilo. Estilo's on 1 HP. All you have to do is just throw something at him, even just a rock, anything, and he will just die.
Bomb going down here, and Kusta actually in a pretty decent position over here at the stables. Naf's going to try and do his best to sort of utilize that ult, prevent him from peeking, lock down the angle, but a bit of miscommunication as Estilo overextends as it comes in to trade the frag. Kusta left in a 1 versus 2. Might have been a bit of miscommunication once again, as it doesn't look like Kusta checking the flank, knows that Naf's there, but now he does. Naf walking up with the pistol, trying to do his best to take out Kusta, and he does take him out. Will he have enough time to retrieve the bomb with the kit? Naf, once again, closing out the round.
Naf fly. What is the fly part for?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's like, you know how there's like gnat flies? Like the gnat type of fly, and he's the Naf type of fly. I don't know. That's the only thing I could ever think of. As Kev just gives me the weirdest look, and
I like to say it's a quizzical look.
Quizzical look?
A quizzical.
Maybe a whizzical look?
A whizzical.
As
maybe we'll just call every single time I look at you like that, we'll just call it a Ben. How does that sound?
A Ben.
A Ben, because of the magical chicken. But Ethan now trying to make an impact play in what potentially could be the final round of the map. As Estilo actually is going to be taking down 3 people through drop. This is a very, very fast drop play coming out from CLG. And now Naf stuck in chicken with the AWP. Definitely needs to be channeling the spirit of the magical chicken right now if he wants to make a sick play. Flashbang comes forward. Azza, he's going to flash out, does a little bit of damage, but can't do enough. Naf finds one with the AWP. He needs to find more, but he can't because Ricky is surrounded from all sides. And Nifty and JKS low. Still most likely to be going for it. They do have enough cash, but no, actually, JKS backing out very early on, and Nifty now backing out as well. So Renegades looking just to save the M4s as well. Maybe the economy is not as great as I thought it is. No, it isn't actually. It's pretty terrible.
Yeah, they've been double AWPing a little bit, which has helped Naf secure his 28 kills. And especially on the CT side, you do actually see the scores for the side in particular on the scoreboard. And you can see he's actually got 29 in terms of actual score points, double the amount of anyone else on his team, which indicates that he's been doing quite well for himself on that CT side. CLG. Ricky lagging behind on this game after having a big 180-yard performance on Mirage. Definitely making things more difficult than they need to be for CLG. As Renegades deciding whether they want to make an economic investment into this round. Don't know whether I would agree with that. You're up 4 rounds. You've got yourself 4 chances to win this game. Best to just make a good decisions in this round. Make a good investment for the future.
All they bought is P250s, so looking to do damage with on the back of the rifle. 1 rifle on each site. AK for A, M4 for B. There's no B in M4, but that's probably not how they decided either, but JKS is actually floating back towards the B side as well. So Kusta is just going to be playing contact with the AWP, the bomb following very, very closely from Ricky, and this is just a little bit scary, may I like to say, as an HE grenade is just going to touch them down in towards headshot range from the M4, and JKS is going to find one, and Steeler is going to get traded out. Ricky, now he's starting to wake up as well. 2 kills on the entry. Naf! Peter 50 on towards Kusta, but Ricky now 3 kills. He's so crucial in this round.
2v3 here as I'm walking around the sidewalk, and Cutler shuts both him and his best mate Nifty down as they walk hand in hand. 33.50 on the board here for Nifty and Azza. They might opt to go for the double eco. Wouldn't mind that call at all. Gives yourself 2 opportunities to win in terms of buying weaponry.
Yeah, the Nap has actually bought body armor and kit. Bodder. What is bodder armor? What is going on with me today?
Molotov out there from the CLG side. They're going to go for the side control, take things nice and safe. Use their utility to clear out all those little annoying positions. And just trade out with the boys to take the A-bomb site. Fast rotation out as Naf takes down FNS, instantly traded back. But 1 for 1 when you've only bought yourself a P250 and body armor ain't too bad at all. Ethan spraying out towards the stable, seeing if he can get himself a cheeky amount of damage on one of these pistoling players.
And CLG recognizing that there is danger, funneling all their members through a narrow choke point, so just gonna be backing out. And the flashbang allows Nifty to push in for a little bit of information, but Ethan on the off angle, well, he wasn't expecting JKS to also push in as well, and that means that they can actually retrieve an AK-40. Actually, it's a little bit deep, so decide not to. But Renegades can still do damage with these P250s, do a great chunk if they dink them down at close range, and that's exactly where they're playing. They're playing towards their win condition, and Astillo is still holding close B plat as well. Very, very pushed up. So it's going to be a 2-on-3 on the A side. JKS, another kill. Oh, he's going for more, but he won't be able to land any more shots after that. But a 1 for 1. And now Azza, he won't be able to join the party this time around. Cutler's going to step it up. And now Astillo on the fast flank, but he might make too much noise. They'll know where he's coming from. Surely they know exactly where he's coming from as movement is slowed down. Astillo is going to give himself a better chance, picking up not only the kit, but a smoke and an AK-47. 25 bullets left, doesn't need to reload. You don't need extended mags if you can hit a headshot every single time. You can see him now slowly coming in from behind. No one's aware of the potential yet. Both Cutler and Ricky playing very safe in sight, have a decent crossfire set up. Astillo now checking the back of APC. Needs to check cannons. That's the only danger line, and he might have just found the timing to do so, but he hasn't checked cannons, and this surely means that Ricky's just going to pick up by himself. Cutler's just hiding towards the side, and CLG 2 rounds away from bringing it in towards overtime. And Renegades, this is, I feel like, their do or die moment. Last time they can buy up a full set of utility and an arsenal.
Yeah, they've got 5 mollies, bunch of smokes, a couple of flashes and some nades, 1 AWP instead of the double that they have opted to go for with NAF. Interesting choice considering that it was actually fairly successful for them, and if they lose this round, they will not be able to buy next very well anyway on some of their players having very limited money indeed. CLG, just playing.
You say so?
Very anticlimactic. I mean, they did have 2 towards the A-bomb site, and it didn't look like they were budging even with a small amount of time, so they would have really had to rely on that crossfire. You know, CLG had a fairly good idea of what was clear and what was dirty, so they had an idea of all of them, you know, sort of stacked up on those angles. They need to clear things out. Would have said that 5v3 on the bomb site with a fair bit of the, you know, annoying positions cleared out for your teammates with a couple of smokes and some flashes over the top. You should have a fairly decent chance of clearing that round where the rotator's not even close to connector.
Yeah, so if you just tuned in, it is 15-13. No. Oh, Renegades did win. Okay. 16-14, I think.
16-13 or 16-14.
16-13, 16-14. It did go down towards the very final round again. Unfortunate. Once again, that GoTV cut off. But there you have it. Renegades do go 1-1 apiece. I'd say probably a little bit more as well, because CLG did take a victory in overtime, and that means less points. So Renegades do manage to take a 1-1, and yeah.
The real winner of that match was the Magical Chicken, of course.
The real winner was Magical Chicken, but both negatives on both both positives and negatives for both teams to take out of this. Renegades struggling, both CLG struggling on their CT side quite a lot. On the T side, looking a lot better, and that's something that you can't really have coming in towards... Well, maybe it's because both, once again, they're both T side orientated teams, but you can't really have that going on against stronger teams. If you're looking to make finals, you've got to capitalize on your CT side, especially on CT side of maps like Mirage, where, well, I'd say Mirage isn't as CT sided because their economy was reset every single time. It's really an economical side of game these days, but you really got to make your rounds count on the CT side, and it doesn't help when you drop anti-ecos and you lose rounds that you shouldn't be losing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the economy played a huge factor in that entire series, and neither team could sort of get it going, but you can't really blame the economy too much when both teams show such tendencies to force double AWP so often. Renegades towards the start of Mirage really relying on that double AWP, wasn't getting too much done for it, so they went back to the single / the 5 rifle setup. Had a lot more success there. As far as CLG is concerned, they had a lot of success with the double AWP, Ricky picking it up and making some huge impact rounds, but had such detrimental effects on their economy, allowing Renegades to get back in the game of Mirage, although they were able to close it out once they did get that Lord Gaben loan fund in the overtime. As far as it's concerned on this map, though, definitely didn't do their economy any favors, as we saw Renegades completely run away with this T-half.
I also feel like CLG, once again, Ricky, I mean, he had such a massive performance in Mirage, but he was very, very cold coming to Cobblestone. Very few rounds where he had an impact, and I may have played a part in such a close nature. Imagine if CLG had Ricky firing up, it could have been a different storyline, but Ethan and Cutler definitely did step it up on their own T side. Even FNS having a couple of good rounds, and Kusta looking a little bit better with the AWP, but I felt like, once again, it was Naf that felt that, it was Naf with the standout AWP kills. It wasn't Nifty as much, it wasn't Kusta, it was the Naf show today for me.
Oh, I'd say Naf and Ricky for each team. The secondary AWPers definitely being the better AWPers of the day. Yeah, Naf had a huge game on Cobble. I would say that he even put them over the top, because him and JKS were definitely firing up. JKS sort of on the T side more so, and on the CT side he sort of started to trail off. Whereas Naf really picked it up for the boys, and the rest of them just having a average performance, not really contributing as much.
I'd say difficult as well, because when you're playing the JKS position, that's the rotator position, so it's so difficult because you don't know exactly where you need to go. Information's being relayed. Look, there's pop flashes at A, there's smokes going at B. You don't know where you need to go, and by the time, a lot of the time JKS was on a site, it was too late because they're already on the bomb site. So I don't necessarily think we should be pointing, I guess, fault towards JKS, but NAF, like locking down B platform, so critical in success on Cobblestone and the CT side.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he went aggressive with the AWP and got a lot of work done, and he also, you know, despite that success, didn't really over-rely on it. He often went back towards that M4, and I don't think he was actually the anchor position. They were more sort of relying on still alternating players in that sort of area, so it really depended on who wanted to sort of take that anchor position. They showed a lot of flexibility, a lot of different ways of holding it with the Mag 7, NAF with the AWP, Ustillo with the rifle, with NAF in the in-between position, supporting with utility, so really was hard for CLG to sort of deal with all the adaptations, and eventually Renegades would have to get one in after going off to such a strong lead, but 16-13, 16-14, whatever it was, same story on both maps, throwing away the lead on the CT side.
Took a long time indeed, but that is going to be the result between Renegades and CLG, but we do have another matchup